clammed up in a fucking tree over that bottom down in there. And man, it was just like this. There was 3 bucks bedded in them briars. And I didn't, where'd you live before? I didn't even know it, man. And I got up in that son bitch and had that Savage 12-gauge pump. And I turned around standing up in that stand. I didn't know it, but I climbed up over the bedding area. And them deer got nervous and spooked. And the first one spooked on the bottom end, and man, that son of a bitch was that one that run across that road. That bastard.
No wonder I ain't damn punctured that. Yeah.
He had a rack that wide, dude. That motherfucker, and that tall. It was. I guarantee you that son of a bitch had he had a 23-inch wide spread, and it was 23 inches tall too. It looked like that. I mean, it was that fucking big.
A moose.
It was a big ass monster. It was one of them I'm talking about. That was a typical, and it would have scored 160, 170. That motherfucker would. And you know, he jumped once and was so close to the thick shit that he jumped over in it. Then I heard limbs break, and another one on that upper end jumped, and it was not 23 or 4 inches wide, but it was probably about 18 or 19 inches wide, a real monster too. Just not big as the. And he run about 5 or 6 steps before I could get the gun up. He was out of sight. And then in the middle was a little old buck with a rack about. Oh, it's about 15 inches.
Sure, that damn poison been just sniping it out of that son of a bitch.
Yep.
That chaps my ass. And this shit ain't worth a damn no way, because it ain't done the first motherfucking thing about these ants. It just ain't.
But that motherfucker jumped up, and man, he was in the middle of that damn briar patch, but you could see it been clear cut in there. And man, that deer went running across that motherfucker, and I had a slug in the barrel, and I fired it at him and missed. Gun didn't have no sights on it. Just a pump Savage 12-gauge with a 30-inch barrel, 28-inch full choke. And man, I shot 2 slugs out of that motherfucker at that deer and missed. And this shit started, he was 30, 40 yards away. And by the time I fired them 2 shots, he was 60 yards away. And then I fired 2 more shots, which was 3-inch buckshot. And the last shell, man, that motherfucker jumped the stream. He was running right back straight this way. And that motherfucker went to jump that stream, dude. And I knew that motherfucker was going to turn to the right somehow. And I wed where I thought he was going to go. And at the last second, he did like this and jumped. And when he hit the ground, I fired that son bitch in buckshot just as he turned. And when I did, he skidded like that, but kept his balance and run out of sight out there about 20, 25 yards away. But I didn't hear him running after the shot. What is it? Is there somebody?
Anytime I do hear something unfamiliar, I want to hear it real well. And I was just listening. It was something real deep. It was something over there on 99.
Well, you know, when that deer jumped that stream and made that cut, I fired immediately as he made that cut. That Stanley come over and said, "What you shoot at?" I said, "A buck." I said, "I seen 3 of them, 2 monsters got away," and I said, "That one got away too, probably." But when he jumped that stream, He made that cut to the right, and just as he did, I fired, leading to his front of his shoulder, and man, that motherfucker worked. We went out there and looked, didn't find no blood, but I seen where he skidded, where he jumped. I took into account where I seen him before I got down, where I last seen him skid, and he said, man, if you fired that far away, there ain't no damn way. And I'll be damned. A pellet hit that motherfucker right there. One pellet, one rib right there, and then the other one pellet was on the other side, dead in the salt between the rib, and that shit went in and hit his lung, the right lung, and put 2 holes in it, an inch apart.
I can get some damn rocks out.
Yeah, and that motherfucker right there went 20 yards, dude, and he was laying on a live dead. And he had a rifle out that way, but he was a young buck. You know, that deer was 2 years old. They was in good shape. These deer over here are in great shape. The genetic quality of these deer is
And their
good.
food sources are all natural.
They've got a
They ain't
lot.
being fed nothing. They're just
No,
getting a
but
lot
there's
out
a
of the
lot of
land.
forage over here, though. See how big that is down in there, right there.
Feeding them corn and
It's
shit,
water.
they fill them up and keep them fed, but they ain't got the nourishment. They
Corn
really,
is
really
not good
idea.
for deer. They love
Acorns
it.
and leaves and local varieties of
Right.
stuff is what is good
They
for them.
love it. They love corn. They, for some
Because
reason.
it fills them up.
Right.
Just like cows love it.
But corn has got but 21%.
It ain't got no
protein,
nourishment,
I
man.
think.
It ain't got a lot of nourishment. It's got a lot of failure.
Now, shit like soybeans, now that's good for them if they get a hold of that. That right there is better for them than corn is. Any of the grains is. That corn just ain't, they love it. It fills them up. But
Same way it is with people. That's how come Southerners was getting all like that disease, like, you know, a long time ago after it was in Reconstruction period, you know, and it was not because of an actual disease going around. It's because everybody wasn't eating nothing but fucking corn. There wasn't nothing on the damn diet but corn.
and getting that shit from not eating fruit.
Well, yeah, they just didn't have, they just weren't getting proper nourishment, you know.
But the young ones was getting that down.
Everybody was getting it. Prisoners and black folks worse than anybody because they was eating the poorest to everybody.
Right. Well, you know how their legs and bones and shit was crooked in their legs and shit? That's
Rickets
from
and stuff.
rickets. That's from not getting no vitamin C in your system.
Oh, that's scurvy. That's from vitamin C. Vitamin C.
That was fucking people
Oh,
up.
scurvy.
And the youngins went to get some vitamin C.
Rickets is caused by an actual pathogen of some sort.
Right. I'll tell you what, but I killed that one. I killed a few more over here, but not no big one. Well, I killed a 7-point over there behind Ricky's too, one day. But man, that deer was headed 90 yards for buckshot. The guy got him. Was last shot in the gun. Then I killed that big 7-point over there below Ricky's. He weighed 190 pounds. He was an older deer, but and he didn't have a great rack. I'd say it was about 12 inches, 15 inches wide.